Yep, it is time. Hey everyone, I decided to do a little weird thingy called a stream apparently, at least that's what I've heard. I'm gonna do a little hour where I'll just draw some art for the game that I've been making this whole month. I'm gonna just put up my little playlist, put up the little playlist with some nice tunes to accompany this. But either way, I'll tell a bit about the game just as a little uh, intro to this. So it's a little Mario-like game. I will have the character try to get some clothes, and in that game you will have to find, for example, 3 clothes of the same set. For one, here's one sprite for the UI that I will have for that game. So one of the options is to have a cool set. This one is meant to be like loose and like hood like, I guess. There's also the elegant set, which has a nice suit and tie, including some real blunt pebbles for the sake of copyrights. And this is just the casual set. And I, at the end of the game, hope for the drawing. I hope for the character, including the set that you have gotten, to be shown to you in like a little cutscene sort of a moment. Consider that you reach the end of the game. You take the clothes you gotten, you wear them, and you reach the end point. That's just a little beauty contest. That's your main goal. And there, if you get one of the sets, you will pretty much get a special dialogue, I suppose, which is like kind of a little reward. This reward would be just this little art of the character. Her name is Eliza, by the way. Just given a little close-up with the clothes. I've gotten a few sketches here. One for the casual set. Wait, I'll just lower this a bit. Right here. I've gotten the cool set here. And the elegant set should be here. It doesn't seem very like clear, but just suppose it's a suit and tie. I don't know what I'm really feeling like watching, like starting with. But for no sake in particular, I'll go with the casual set first. Now I can get this up here, and finally getting the colors for this torso, I will be able to start drawing. By the way, to anyone that's not really acquainted with this is an app called Aseprite. It's a very popular app for pixel art, pixel animations, and recently even tile sets too. Just recently they published that one version of Aseprite. I believe it was Aseprite 1.3, and I've used it a bit, even for this little game, and honestly, it's so good. It feels polished. It's not really intuitive with like the controls and like getting into the window for the tiles, but once you get that little bump of the road over with, it's so nice. It really is. So I'm using Aseprite here with the simple default palette DB32, and I love it. Like, I use this palette for practically everything, including of course this game. Let's see, I'll have to make sure that this pose seems not too stiff, because in the sketch that I've done, something about the hands doesn't feel right, the shoulders. So especially the left shoulder, from our own eyes I guess, is the one that seems stiff. I think I should just rotate it a bit. That should be enough, I hope. So after lowering this, I'll just have the shoulder end sharply like this. Nope, a bit more like so. And I think I want to get the body a bit lower to have the head be more in the center. No, actually, I'm going to have more of the canvas show up. Maybe like 1.5 more pixels. Let's do it from the middle. Here, this seems more right. You see nothing. Okay, now that we have this, I need... Let's see, we can ignore some of the lower parts like the shoes, they don't really matter for this close-up. But the belt, for example, is a part that I might show too. Let's see, so we have the torso. The body should appear as if it's kind of pointed in this way, but kind of more upwards. Maybe a good way to show it is like this. This doesn't look very 3D, but the idea is just to have the light, to have the direction be a bit to the left and a bit forward. Let's see. Let's first finish with the torso first. Maybe it's like about here. Hoping to have the shirt kind of tucked inside the pants. Let's suppose that this size works. It should be fine in my eyes. We can do a bit of shading too. Shouldn't be anything too defining of the feminine features, just a little something to show that there is some bagginess to this clothes. Maybe a little something in this direction. There is something in this direction that seems right. For now, let's suppose that this is it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Putting that aside, I want to have a little belt that can be any color, doesn't really matter which. Let's suppose gray and blue. And add another layer to make things more modular. And I want there to be a buckle kind of to the right, as if even though the torso is pointing a bit to the left, the pelvis will be a bit more to the right, to show as if the body turns a bit. But also I noticed that this should be moved to the left, speaking of which, yeah, something like that. So, now I want a little buckle, but first let's add some black to it. I'll polish it soon. Now if I want a buckle, yellow and orange can work. I don't really mind just how I do this. At present, it's mostly the shapes that get me worried, because I really want to get this to look nice, but you know, the colors can be adjusted later, that's what I mean to say. Maybe you should add a little preview. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe I'll put it here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's good, that's good. The shading seems a bit harsh, like this orange has a very high contrast with this yellow, but it might still work, you know? This can do, yeah. A bit of white for the shininess of it. this pixel here doesn't really work. This maybe? Oh, okay, yeah. This works real nice. Let me check that the playlist seems right. Yeah. Man, I cherry-picked those songs very carefully and I love what I've picked. Okay. This shape for the belt seems fine, but I want to also make it seem like the cloth really is tucked nicely. A little something in this direction perhaps. I reckon that there's usually like little spikes and stuff. Maybe not that much. No, too much. Here in particular, I reckon there should be this little shadow, as if like there's some volume to this flap in here. We'll round it up a bit. Oh, whoopsie. That's drawn on the head layer. No. Body. Got it. Good. Imagine that this seems fine. Maybe a bit more upwardness to this little part. Sure, for now this will do. Now, just a pair of jeans. Let's see, considering that the body goes a bit little to the left and the pelvis goes a bit to the right, the pants should follow a similar trend to the pelvis. Speaking of which, maybe I should move this part a bit to upwards. No, it's a bit too much, isn't it? Maybe just like so. A bit like this should do fine. Well, so the pants will go somewhere to the right, but this way it looks a bit too much like a skirt. I kind of wanted to give it the size, the shape of thighs. I want there to be a bit of realism to it. I kind of like this vision of having this character that looks really like, you know, whole and human, and then just some silly bloody stick man legs. Maybe someday I'll do something similar to that. Let's see, need a bit of pants for the pelvis. A bit more, not that much. I need to round up this part here. It's way too straight. Let's see. Maybe like so. No, this seems wrong. A bit more. This seems in the right direction. Oh, I realized that the sizes don't really match each other. Add a bit more of thigh to her. Maybe a little something like this. Still feels off, doesn't it? Well, there might be a need for a bit more of a bomb. I'd say that it looks better without it actually. This on that side. This here, I should probably move it a bit like so. Right, try to shade it a bit because time is really running out at this point. Let's see. Some here. Oh, that's a classic here. The song, like, it's called Dead Feelings. It's everywhere if you search for like generic chiptunes. I try to search sometime for just a playlist of chiptune to just get to know what's there online. And this was among the first that I found. Oh, hey Bombi, hey, my man. Currently working on the pelvis and the belt area, giving some shape and some shade to the thighs. Yes, it's a woman. Originally just there was only this, and it does seem kind of ambiguous, but then I showed him this right here and told him, yep, it's a woman. Well, I was hoping you'd think it was fabulous, but nah, it's not a man this time around. Let's see, need a bit of volume to this area maybe. It might be good. I should decide just where the light comes from. Let's suppose that it's a little something like from here, I guess. Ah, fuck. Them. How do I censor swear words? That was not supposed to happen. Well, I'll deal, I guess. Yes, the shade comes from here. Then the thighs here. A bit more of shade from this area. A bit less from here. This seems to be in the right direction. A bit less from here. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Her right arm is much easier than the other one since it's just kind of hidden beneath that torso and the other arm. But the second arm, I have to do quick work of it. Do something like this. The pants layer. Whoopsie. Sent an emoji in my chat. My guy, learn some culture, my man. Use some ASCII emojis. That's how you do it. Man, that took some buffering. Okay, arms looking a bit too thick around these areas perhaps. And a bit too thick in general, I guess. Let's have some more eraser volume. And curve it out here. That might be fine. Now the arm here should look much smaller on the end, as if there's like, you know, perspective involved. So let's see. No, don't use the YouTube emojis. That's worse. Go back to using like basic, you know, emojis. Is it right? Okay, we're getting closer, I believe. A bit more of the forearm. Is it the upper arm? No, forearm. Little something in this direction. This will do fine for now, but the shoulder here seems a bit too short. Just give it a bit more volume. A bit too sharp here. Maybe something like so. We'll figure out the exact details later on. Honestly, it's already taking quite a nice shape here. Like, if you ignore the arms and the hands, the arms and the head, it looks kind of well done so far. Let's see, just give this a bit more detail. Like so, perhaps. Then move on to the head at long last. By the way, can she make a grilled cheese? Does she know? Does she know? Well, she knows her breads, that's for sure, but if she knows how to make a grilled sandwich... You know what? No, she doesn't know how to do anything. She's like... She has not done like nearly anything in life. She is a bum. And when I say bum, I don't mean the like... How do you call it? The desirable kind of bum? Oh, that's too much cleavage area. Should I have said that? Will that have been censored? Is that like problematic? Will YouTube condemn me? I'm scared. It's a minefield. Like so. Bit like this maybe. Okay. Yeah. Wait, that belongs to the body. And finally, the head. We have a thin-ish neck here, connected. And the head around these areas. Seems a bit too thick. Yeah, something like this. Actually, girl failure? It's pretty much spot on what she is, yeah. And you think I'm good? Don't mind if I do. Okay, head shape real quick. That's bad. Oh, the pains of drawing a circle are coming back to me. Gee. Let's squash the head down a bit. Make those proportions a bit less human. Like this? Yeah, this seems about right. No need to hurry much. No need to perfect this shape all that much. I will close up this neck, however. Then let's do 2 more layers. One for the back hair. One for the front hair. So I need this color, generally like dark brown. And I will use the black as some general shading. Let's see. The front hair is like kind of fun. I really like starting with this shape that has 2 circles touching each other, so to speak. I should be really careful with my words here. And just sprouting in each direction. I really like it, and I should be even more careful. I think I learned my ways. Let's see. Horizontally like so. Yeah, okay, this is a good first stroke. Not bad. But let's see. I give a bit more thickness here. Get it over here, lower the brush size. Little something like this, maybe? Yeah, that seems about right. Can already employ the darkness. Oh, not. Oh, this point of this here. That's the back hair. I'll even take some of the brown. Whoops. Like so. Put it here. The feeling will be weird, but no matter. And in the back here I can then just have a big shape like so, and boom, fill it all. She looks weird right now. Okay, more back hair stuff. Just a bit of... Fwah. That didn't work. Fwah. I need more pixels. Maybe like... Nope. A bit less. Sure, this flies. Fuck. No. Okay. This time I stopped myself. Oh god, this is difficult. Why is it not filling? Let's remove the torso for a second. Right. Right. Good. Take the front hair. Fill it up. Don't succeed. Let's see. Okay. Getting somewhere. What happened to girl is like very cursed haircut. It's like half that modern kind of like a half-shaved hair that you usually see on punk girls and sometimes LGBT girls, I believe. But also in the back, there's this kind of like standard yet short hair. I don't like this smash, you know. It makes me feel like how, you know, just how. This. I'm gonna need some fish after that. Okay, the shape is a bit weird, but it should be fine still. This. Fill it up. Oh, I should remove or move that tip. Where is it? Where is the arrow? Here it is. Okay. The back hair to the front hair. Does this seem right? No, it's a bit too much. I think this works. Oh, except for that little spot of baldness. Bold. Okay, we are starting to get a shape. There's still lots to be done, but we got something cooking. The shape is a bit off. There's like too much volume to that left side, that right side of hair, that left side of mine, whatever, you know. Gotta do some work on that. Bit something like from here. And take here and do it again. Yeah, already looking better. Okay. The only thing that I have left that I want to do right now is the expression. Because at the moment the time is really running out and I only have one of the drawings. But I can't say I really expected to have all of the art. All of those close-ups, the three close-ups for all three sets. I did not expect them all to be completed. Let's see, this time a little smaller brush. Nose here. A bit of brown can help a lot here. Maybe like this? No, not at all. This is difficult. Well, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That a bit lower. Eye time, okay. Usually when it comes to the eyes, I've learned that the more feminine type of eyes, the lashes have that very like pronounced thickness to it that I've noticed. Trying to employ it right here too. At the same time, we want her to like seem as if she has very thick eyebrows and kind of like to show the more hobo side to her. And yes, in case I haven't made it clear, she's like a hobo. She lives in a farm lifestyle together with a friend of her. She's pretty much the style goblin, the style hobo, the hobo lord, the whatever you'd like to call it. Oh, we're getting something kind of in the right direction, I think. Maybe. I do hope to make her seem a bit more tired than that. What do you mean by a friend? I mean, when I say a friend, I mean like the kind of friend that you want to punch. Not that. You need to get your mind out of the gutter, man. Let's see. The eye seems a bit off. It's a bit more spacing here. Not bad. Not bad, we're getting somewhere. Maybe this needs to be put a bit lower, a bit more to the left, up, down. Oh, actually, moving the eye kind of downwards helps create this interesting, like, head-shaped direction. Let's see, put it a bit like this, maybe one more. I'm thinking that something in this direction is right. But I'm gonna have to align those lashes. Hey, I don't judge the type of relationships people have, some like it rough. Not this person. You're making it hard for me to do this stream. Like, it's nice to have a person, but my guy, you know, you clearly know. Well, only have to polish a bit this shape, add some shading I hope, and that should be it. Soggy. That kind of apology, I can't not say that I... How do you say? Can't not forgive you. Man, now I'm stuck. See... You're forgiven, my guy. My loot guy. I think the ribs, like this kind of collarbone area here, looks kind of fine. Think it looks fine? What? Does it look like explicit or something? Ah, but thanks. Okay, light comes from here. I need to shade the arms well. Here, here, here. Bit too much. I'll put a bit less shade here. Look at that. I'm gonna put a bit of shading here, just to complement the leg kind of shading that I've gotten. I'll do the same for this side of the leg. That seems fine, I think. Maybe even a bit more. Nah. Just gonna need to finish up the shading for the arm. This doesn't feel right just yet. Maybe I'm gonna have it taper off. Bit of shading here too. Bit here for the knee, the elbow pit thing. I reckon that's a thing, right? I'm gonna believe so. Because I wanna, I guess. Okay. Now I'm feeling more confident about putting some more volume to this part. Here too, I guess. Yeah, this passes, for now at least. Maybe later on I'll do some adjustments. Now here, we'll need to do this quick. Hopefully we'll be able to finish the suit one too. Need some shading for the armpit. Taper off into the torso area. This feels off. Something is missing. There is something about this area that doesn't connect right. Yeah, no doubt. I think the shoulder area is kind of like too big. I'm sure of it. Then I shall try to rotate it a bit. Up, up. Wait. Let's see, I'm gonna have to copy this because I really want this part of the sleeve, the share, to seem right. I'm gonna then move this onto the right place, paste over. Nice! This seems right, okay. This music here, it's so heartfelt. It's one named like Orgy, and it's an original creation. It's not something that has like any kind of big purpose, just an original chiptune. And the vibes are just so special. I adore this one. Shout out to you, Trayson. so. That was a cool. Oh, thanks, man. Hmm. Put some more shade to this arm. Well, the issue with the shoulder seems to have been like at least slightly fixed, but it's still off, I think. Maybe it's fine, but I'm not sure, honestly. I'm just not sure. Let's try to squash this a bit. Honestly, yeah, this seems about right. The shirt is now undershaded, however. Trouble, 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 trouble. So, like so, like so. Gonna have to kind of gloss over this one because I really want to move on to yet another sprite. But I reckon that this will still work out real nice. Feel, what is missing? Ah, I see, I see. Alright, 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 we're getting somewhere, in some ways. Gonna have to let that shape not be too dominant in ways. Give it a bit of smoothening. Bit of shade to the chest. Can't ignore it. Bit here. Hopefully, this flies. Yes, okay. I'm satisfied. That's good. Man, okay, okay, we're cooking. We're actually cooking. Well, the head scene is shading, but it works. Let's move on, let's move on. Suit girl. This time we have the elegant suit here. I'm gonna have to try and play with the same set of sprites for the sake of doing things quickly. I completely forgot to flip the sprite. Well, it's not really a thing I do, but never mind. As for the expression, we can start with that, I guess. How do I wanna... like, so, yep. Yo, thanks Mombi. Okay, gonna move that up a bit. Gonna make her seem a bit more bored in her expression by slanting the brows a bit. Right, I now need to just move the eye up a bit. This does the trick. I will... Let's see. The mouth certainly kind of ruins the expression, but moving the eyes up does wonders to the expression. Ah, Nitro must die. That's a classic. God, do I love it. Starting to look bored. That's good. Let's slant the brow a bit. Give a bit more of a curve to the eye bags. Move it up. People in the chat, you better recognize that track. The elevator theme for that slapped. And it's an elevator theme for some sake, I guess. The nose will this time point upwards. It will be about here, probably. A little bored expression over here. Yeah, if that doesn't look bored, I don't know what does. Or maybe like uninterested, disinterested, which is also good to describe it this way. And move the expression a bit to the right, a bit up. Great. This time the hair will not be all this much fluffy, because I want it to have this more sleek kind of aesthetic. Whichever. The playlist stopped, hadn't it? Yeah, that it did. This looks like several expressions of the same character, so to speak. What is it? She looks like she is thinking about something. Thanks to this pose, I agree. But if that pose were more, I suppose, casual, in the way of like not doing anything in particular, maybe it would change it. I don't know really. Haven't put enough thought into it. I have to hope that it will look fine after I finish. Squishing the hair a bit to make it look even more... What do you even call it? Gelled? Waxed? Haven't thought much about this either. What's going on here? I see. Bit here, bit of movement here. Move this up, I guess. Curve it. It's a bit more of a shape over here. I only need to move it a bit to the right, and this could certainly work. Just how do I go about this? Maybe like this. might be getting somewhere with this one. But it does look too straight over here. Yeah. This flies. Just gotta round it up a bit. And it breathes. Oh, nice! The final part of the not soundtrack, but like the playlist has begun. The non-chiptune, non-lo-fi part. Sure do love this part. In this case, I imagine that the shoulder here will be lowered, so it doesn't seem just right yet, but it should turn out fine. Then just... you know what? Let's move the shoulder real quick. Current SOG name. That's TPF Trans by Ferna for Epic Battle Fantasy. That's childhood right there. I played the 5th one too, and like it's long, but if you're a fan of this kind of game, which is like quirky, silly, witty RPG kind of game, in this case it's also a turn-based battle game. If you're into this is such great fun. It's so charming, I guess. That might be the best way to describe it. Okay, I think the hair is starting to look a bit as if it's professional. As if it's made, dressed, combed by some person that knows their stuff. Bit more here. We are done with most of the head. I'm gonna have to move the head a bit to the right. This way, the neck will connect more naturally, I hope. Let's do a little coloring of everything. Right, and then the pants too. The belt does make stuff a bit problematic, so I'm gonna give it a little shine layer of pixels. Good. Then we can fill this and this, and it's looking in the right direction, I hope. Well, since now it's a very different kind of pose, seems that most of the stuff will need to be made from scratch. I'll flip the pants this time around. Maybe rotate them a bit too. A little something like this. The thigh will go completely in a different direction. It will, let's see, I will flip it, move it a bit here, raise some pixels from here. Oh, shucks. Let's see. So I got it. I flip it. I move it aside for a second. Erase. Yep. And move it. Yeah, this is getting closer to the reference image. Okay. Even a bit more, I think. Like that much. Let's round up the thigh a bit. Man, time's nearly up, I suppose. It's gotten away from you really quickly. Guess I've had fun, huh? Man, I really got to socialize more, huh? Generally speaking, this was such an interesting experience. Like, look, I don't do this kind of stuff ever, and even though there was practically no one here, this felt strengthening. Like, I feel so much better off after having done this. In particular, I also feel like I've gotten better in terms of like speed and stuff. This buckle, I'll keep it yellow certainly. I'll rotate, no, I'll slant the belt a bit. This might be right. And then I'll complete the other thigh. That can be just started from scratch, I guess. Just a little something like this. Hey, I'm here, sorta. Nah, it's no biggie. Like, man, thank you for joining, man. Like, truly this experience was really nice and you really helped here. By the way, shout out for this guy for like helping me arrange the editing software and stuff. Because OBS Studio, Discord, like the headphones and stuff, they can be such a technical pain sometimes. So thank you, really, like, thank you so much. After this song ends, I'll finally quit this stream. It's about due time. My man. I have a little pattern. This doesn't feel perfect at all. It feels a bit stiff here and there, probably because I used like the line tool, but I feel confident that this can fly in the actual game. Alright, songs ended. For now, we got something like, I don't know, half of the progress for the art of those close-ups, and I feel like it went great. We got the pants pretty much close to done, and the head shape and expression nailed down for the elegant pose. And we got the whole casual set sprite looking mighty fine if I do say so myself. I like polish here and there some of the sharp corners and whatnot, but it looks fine in my eyes. That all being said, goodbye, and I really hope that you'd consider trying the game once it's out. Hope to release it by the end of July, and it should be a very interesting experience. Well, talk to you. Goodbye.